Welcome to March's Pick a Pile Tarot Predictions for March. I have my three cards in front of me, my three packs, so just focus, take some time and have a look at the packs, and I'll just explain what I have in front of me. So I have, my first pack is the Gilded deck, and on top of that I have a lovely piece of raw selenite. On my second pack I have the John Holland Psychic Tarot with a piece of rose quartz on the top there. And for my third pack, if you want to choose that, if you're most drawn to that, is the Syrian Starseed deck with a piece of clear quartz on the top. So just take a little bit of time, focus on these three piles and then pick one. We will be putting a timestamp on all of the packs if you want to skip forward. If you do want to book a proper full reading with me, you can do that through my website, which is www.modern-mystic.co.uk. Okay, so let's get started with March's predictions. I'm going to start with pack number one, which is the Gilded deck, and let's just see what we have in store for you if you've chosen this beautiful deck. Okay, so let me just shuffle the cards out. Tune into your energy for those who've chosen pack number one. Okay, right, so the first card that we have for you is this card. It is, for me, it's the work card. It's the Six of Pentacles. Something is either coming in for you, or you're going to be offered a new job. It's also a sense of helping hands as well, so maybe you're going to get some help or support when it comes to the whole area of work, or maybe just things are starting to really flow in there for you. Perhaps if you're running your own business, there is a sense of ramping up what you're doing at the moment, and new contacts, new clients coming in for you. Now, let's go on to the second card. We have the Justice card, which talks about anything sort of formal, really. It can talk about achieving that balance or having that balance in your life. Maybe this month you are thinking about how you can get that work-life balance sorted out. Or it could be that you're having to deal with something of a slightly formal nature, maybe paperwork, formal documents, etc., etc. Or maybe there is a slight legal situation that you're getting involved with. Okay, your third card, if you've got pack number one, is the Sun card. So this is talking about happiness, joy, excitement. If you just cast your mind back to the last time you were sunning yourself on a beach, it's that kind of energy, that kind of feeling coming into, I would say, probably around the middle to the third week of March. I'm just going to pull out some more cards for you to get the general energy. So we have the Fool card here, which talks about new beginnings. Okay, so March is quite common for new jobs to be coming up, and you know, a great time for you to make that transition and that change. Or it could be something else that you're starting. Maybe you are starting a new relationship. Maybe you are starting a brand new business. Maybe you're thinking of moving home or starting all over again. This card is telling you it is okay to take that leap of faith. It's okay to move forwards. Perhaps you do need to come out of your comfort zone and try something new. Who knows where that path will lead? Okay, right, I'm going to go on with a few more cards for you to get a general gist of what we have. Okay, right. Just pulling out a few more, and I will go through them in a second for you. Okay, so your next card is the Seven of Pentacles, which can indicate that you are feeling a little bit bored and wanting to expand your horizons, wanting to perhaps start a new course or learn something new. This is the perfect time to do that as we are hitting into spring. The reason why I sort of focus on the element of learning and a course is because we have the Hierophant right next to it, which is, to me, is talking about higher structure, higher learning, expanding your horizons, or maybe even going into teaching, leading or coaching yourself. Now beyond that, we have the Tower. So even with all of this positive new energy that we've got going on within the cards at the moment, this card is saying that perhaps you actually need to let go of something in order to let that new energy in. So take a look at what hasn't been working for you. What areas do you feel stuck within? Maybe you need to let go of certain things to create the space and the energy for new things to come in. Your next card after that is the Five of Pentacles. So this is talking about a feeling of emotional or financial lack. But with this card, there's always light at the end of the horizon. There's salvation, so to speak, when you look at the card. Yes, they are sat outside these church windows looking very sorry for themselves, but there is light streaming forth in this card, indicating that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next card, which is the Hanging Man. My feeling with this, in relation to all the other cards, is that you have been waiting around and you've waited long enough for you to really get going. Okay, so maybe the last year was more about going on a bit of more of an inner journey, a sense of reflection, and maybe not a huge amount of activity, a huge amount of change coming in. But now you are ready. Okay, so maybe the wait is nearly over. And then finally we have this card, which is the Knight of Swords, indicating there could be somebody around you challenging you. Okay, so you might end up, particularly when we're looking at the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment. Yes, it will be coming to an end very soon. But looking at other people's tempers, other people's reactions here, and how to handle that. So you might find this month, particularly with Mercury, because it has been a really intense one, that your emotions, the way you react, the way other people react, seems to be on hypersensitive mode. Okay, if that's the case, grab some calm, know that it will be over. There is a big clearing with Mercury retrograde this time round, so just be aware of that and perhaps don't take it to heart too much. Okay, now I'm going to go on to pack number 2, which was the lovely rose quartz, dealing with love and emotions, and we have the psychic tarot that I'm working with here. Okay, right, so pulling out a few cards for you to get going, which looks quite good actually. The first card is transformation, change. Traditionally, with it being the 13th card in the major arcana, we are looking at things coming to a close and new things coming in. Okay, so big changes are afoot for you for this month. Quite an exciting time. Look, it's almost like the butterfly coming out here from the chrysalis. That's the energy that I get with this card. Right, okay, I'm going to go on to the second card, which is talking about the sacral chakra. That is 3 inches below the navel, and it governs creativity, creation, manifesting. Okay, so looking at what you are manifesting at the moment can also govern sexuality, so it could very well be an exciting month on that front for you. Or more importantly, it's what you're trying to manifest in. So working with that chakra point, perhaps clearing it, maybe even working with some crystals with that chakra point, such as carnelian, anything orange. Orange calcite, for instance, can be used. Tiger's eye can be used for the sacral chakra as well. So focusing on clearing that chakra so you are ready to start manifesting for this year. Okay, so what are we looking at manifesting? Well, this card says it all really. So we are looking at material and spiritual prosperity here. So perhaps you are looking to really ramp up your income. I know we could all do with a little bit more, couldn't we? Maybe you are looking at completely changing, going up a level within your work. Again, obviously, creating a sense of abundance around you. So that whole energy of abundance is really going to hit home this month for you. What you are going to find here is your mind will be going towards, what can I do to actually make my life better? What can I do to increase what I already have? Okay, let's go on to your next card, which is the universe, indicating that everything is at your disposal. Maybe you are thinking about travelling even. Maybe you are thinking about wanting that sense of completion. It is a card of completion. So what aspects in your life do you feel you're ready to actually move away from, that you've successfully achieved in that area, and you're now ready to go on to the next level? Okay, your next card is stand your ground. Okay, so maybe you do need to be a little bit firmer. Maybe you do need to stop people pleasing. Maybe you're people pleasing at the moment. Also thinking about not being afraid to say no when it doesn't feel right. That can always be a challenge for people. So this is about, I suppose, personal growth for you, having the strength and the confidence to state your boundaries. Okay, this is what this card's talking about. Wow, so if you can do that, if you can actually work out where you're going to say no, who you're going to say no to, stop people pleasing, etc., then you have prosperity begins, okay? So new beginnings on the financial or work front for you, which is going to be quite exciting. What I like about this card, it's all about sort of planting that seed. So it's asking you to actually sit there and think about what you are trying to have in your life, what you're trying to create. It's about new beginnings, so new career, new business, that kind of thing. Or maybe you are looking at how you can manage your funds, manage your finances slightly better, so you have more to play with. Okay, I'm going to do one more card for you, which is shadow. Okay, so you may be looking at your shadow self this month. Perhaps some of the more negative elements in your life might be coming up for review. Okay, don't feel threatened by this. Don't feel like you're going backwards when this happens, which is very common. Okay, we can feel like we're slipping back into old ways, and that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes we do need to review some of the darker moments within our life, to have more of a concrete understanding of who we are now. Okay, I'm going to go on to pack number 3, which is the Starseed, Syrian Starseed deck. And with this I have the clear quartz charging that deck. Okay, so let's give these a little bit of a shuffle and see what we have for you for March. Okay, wow, this is all love, happiness, joy. I kind of want to just stick with what I've got here. Well, it is very love orientated. I think if you've chosen this pack, new love, excitement, romance, commitment, all those elements are heading your way. The first card that we have is the Ace of Chalices, the Ace of Cups, new beginnings, new love could be on the horizon, all that sense of emotional peace and contentment. When we're looking at the aces within the tarot, it's always a peak experience that you're being offered. So in this case, it's a peak experience of love, peak experience of emotional happiness coming in for you, whether that is actually on the love front or whether it's more to do with perhaps personal achievement, or just that sense of real peace and contentment coming into you. But let's have a look at the next card, because I think it is pointing in the old love direction, because we have the Lovers card. So if you are single and you've picked this pile, I do not feel you're going to be single for long, okay? This is a sense of new love, new relationships coming in. If you're already in a relationship, this is a sense of your relationship going on to the next level. Some hot, fiery passion is coming your way this month. This month is going to be very exciting on the love front. Now, your next one is the Eight of Crystals. So within this deck, the crystals are representing money and work, okay, so similar to the pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. So the Eight of Crystals is talking about real serious achievement on the work front for you. So not only are you going to have it all when we're looking at relationships, but work is also going to be shining for you, coming into a really, really good time at the moment. So this could be a new job, a promotion, but there is a sense here of really going up a level, seeing yourself very busy, very industrious with work, and feeling very fulfilled, highly skilled at what you do. This is what this card is referring to. Okay, ooh, wrong deck. Four of Orbs, okay, so the orbs in this deck represent the swords. So this is talking about taking a little bit of time out for yourself. Maybe you have been burning the candle at both ends. Maybe you need to start pacing yourself. I think sometimes we can get ourselves into that mode where we're just go, 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 and we forget to take that space out for ourselves. This is saying here that you need to do that, okay? You need to have a little bit of reflection time, a little bit of downtime, otherwise you're likely to burn out, okay? So with all this excitement going on, remember to look after number one, to look after you. Okay, I'm going to go on with another deck. Interesting, because we've got the Shadow again. This is very, very Mercury retrograde, I feel. So looking at maybe past experiences coming up to the fore, maybe thinking about some really hard times, maybe processing that. I mean, this is what Mercury gets us to do, is to actually take some time out and process what we've been through in order that we can clear that pathway away. I really do believe that 2020 is going to be an incredible year, and we need to take the opportunity. This is what we've been finding with Mercury retrograde this time round. We need to take the opportunity to totally clear our path, okay? Things that perhaps you haven't thought about for years, issues, situations, people from the past, all coming up, all coming into your mind. Don't go into panic mode, don't get too woeful with it, but just acknowledge that this is where you've come, and acknowledge that this is part of who you are, okay, and what has made you the person that you are today. Okay, the next card that we have is the Sage of Flames. Flames being wands, represented in this particular deck of cards. So this is talking about extra momentum coming in on a personal level. So what this says to me is that perhaps this month you're thinking of doing something purely for yourself. What activities do you need to start here or look at in order to benefit yourself, in order to inspire you, fill you with inspiration, fill you with enthusiasm? What are the elements, what can you do that will be exciting to you at this particular point in time? March being a great time to actually start a new venture. Okay, your next card is the Six of Orbs, which again are swords here. So looking at this, perhaps you need to be on your own for now. Okay, so even though we've got the Lovers card and everything that's talking about perhaps going within, looking at your past, looking at being at peace with that, What I tend to find is that when people are blocked within relationships in terms of manifesting new relationships, it's that dissatisfaction of being on your own that creates the block. So maybe being more at peace with that is going to be useful to you right at the moment, particularly if we're looking at all that relationship stuff coming in. Okay, then we have the Four of Crystals, Four of Pentacles, coming in for you to be looking at. So this is saying, what is it that you're holding on to too tightly? Is there something that you need? Are you actually blocking yourself in some way? Are you perhaps holding on to a relationship too tightly? Are you holding on to your finances too tightly? Sometimes when we just release the energy and let go of all expectation, this is where the true magic happens. Okay, and your final card is the Eight of Chalices. I absolutely love and adore this card. I call this the soul searching card. I know some people feel that it's a situation where you're walking away from it, but that's not the case. I always see this as a person that's going off to find what's missing in their life. And seeking it and getting it and bringing it back. Okay, that's what I see this card to be. So dig deep this month. It's going to be a highly reflective one, really positive on some other levels as well, but actually thinking about what's missing in your life and doing something about that and changing that. Okay, right, so have a wonderful March, a wonderful month ahead. I shall see you beginning of April. If you do want to book a reading, you can do that by going through to the website, which is modern-mystic.co.uk, or you can join me on my Facebook page, which is Mystic Sarah, International Psychic Medium. Have a great month, everybody. Goodbye for now.